Ladies and Germans, how you all doing? As always, this is Con Ulrich.
Hi, Mangru. Hello, hello, hello.
And folks, back today on Slutsk, we continue our coverage of the SD2 Season 2 League. Now, Rang, of course, we are going to see a couple of old friends in terms of divisions here, but I don't know if I recognize these names. Tell us who we have.
Well, on the left-hand side in blue, we have Iadris playing as 21st Panzer with a Vanguard income. And on the right-hand side, we have Ghaspar playing as the 3rd Guard Mechanized Corps, yes, with a Vanguard income.
You know, don't worry, Ghaspar, he's a friendly Rusky. But Partizani DP starting off, that's... I can't help but feel that's a little bit different than we'd expect here. I kind of expect the Superior opening, or the cheeky opening.
Yeah, the 3rd Guard Mech is pretty unique, as they have partisan troops in A phase, which are pretty cool. They're alright for what they are, just kind of, cheap, holding the line, all that good stuff. But you might as well just bring them in as a good availability.
Certainly seems to be a good idea. Now, 21st Panzer, we are going to see a very early Königstiger up north, so pretty obvious which way Iadris wants to be going here.
Yeah, the King Tiger on this map is absolutely brutal. And that far northern side, it's just open fields. So unless Ghaspar has some airplanes which he can use to try and pin it down, it's just going to have free reign over the outside of the map. But it is very expensive bringing it in early on, and especially for availability rise, because that's a single card in A phase.
Yeah, but, if you can establish that dominance, and I think that's why we actually have 2 Gepards up there as well. He knows that the air power is going to be an issue.
Yeah.
But
nothing 3rd Guard Mechanized can take and really frontally penetrate that Tiger easily. Like, it's mainly just a Sherman spam division.
Earthstat's opening. Now, a Lafley V15T. Don't have to see this guy either. So this is a kind of just a random 13-2? Wow, I don't think I've ever seen that caliber before.
I think it was up north?
No, in the center over here in Iadris. So if you look for the rather unique silhouette there in the middle, think of it as like a difference between a Kubelwagen and a Jeep.
Yeah, it's like a I think it's some sort of like French Jeep with just a 50 cal on top, or the French Hotchkiss machine gun, I should say. But yeah, it's a cool little transport.
I don't really remember seeing that very often here, but regardless, we are going to get started here. A couple early Shermans over here from the 3rd, in fact 4 of them, and I don't know. Sherman's going to have quite their work cut out for them. Any idea what that says?
I don't know. Please don't off-map me. Something XD.
Well, I was assuming with being our resident Canadian in the audience, even though you are not Quebecois necessarily, they might have a little bit of French going on there, but pardon me for the stereotype.
Oh, no problem. It's actually funny, in Ontario, every single piece of packaging card has to be bilingual.
Really?
Yeah, so anything that you can buy in the store, it's always like one side, it's always French and English.
Huh.
It's pretty interesting. The only province that does, yeah.
I'll definitely say. Now, we are going to see that an SBW 222, it does get nixed out pretty quickly by a 45mm. In fact, he fires an APCR shell at it just to kill it. Outside of that, not too many things happening here other than the usual kind of 50-yard line dash.
Yeah, nothing really too crazy. Ghaspar definitely does have the infantry advantage early on with Yokomi Cheekies after the Partizani spam. 21st really just kind of standard Panzer Grenadiers, and the Panzer Grenadiers are pretty good, let's be real here.
Pretty easy to be real there. Now, in the meantime, though, we are going to see domination by the German 21st in the north.
Yeah, but at the same time, Ghaspar is pushing pretty hard along the middle. There's nothing here to stop him because Iadris couldn't really afford to put anything along the middle. He has one Pak 38 a little bit south, which can cover the road just a tad, but having that hill position under control is going to be a huge play from Ghaspar, so he can start harassing up north and down south.
You know, the time has come. The Pak-38 will see. The Pak-38 engages and immediately kills. Wow.
Yeah. As that trooping gonna hold line against Partisanis and a 50 cal Jeep thing knockoff, it's gonna help out as well.
That's actually very surprising. I did not quite expect that little bit of a push here to get shut down quite that quickly.
Yeah, and also that push along the town is just getting completely shut down here. Sappers are moving up, but the flamethrower teams are holding their own, well, mostly until they get thrown a rather big satchel charge their way.
Meanwhile, down to the south, there is a bit of a flame war. As Ultimate Cheeky and Flammenwerfers are engaging back and forth, but the 222 sitting behind. I think this would be just enough fire support to keep things competitive, I would think.
Yeah, and a lot of fire support here from the Ultimate Cheekies just burning everything away. I think his southern push is going to go into Ghaspard's favour. The two Shermans are just completely shredded the Panzer Grenadiers.
Well, we get another Pak-38 coming in a vain effort, I would argue, to push that back. There's also a Shrek squad chilling, waiting for those tanks to get closer. In fact, when the Komroti is going to get close, the question is, will the infantry see him before the Komroti gets in range? And the answer to that is no. It will not. Surf's up, dude. Surf's up.
Open fire.
Oh my god. Please. Shoot. Shoot him now. It's a beautiful side shot.
It's a beautiful day for a side shot. Come on, just turn off the return fire, please. I understand micro retard, but this is killing me. But not killing the Sherman, which is what should be happening.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god, witness me. There we go.
Oh, he did it. Okay, actually, that was a pretty good time to raid because the other Sherman moved out of the raid so he can pick him off one by one. Micro them out the building to break line of sight. But, oh, here we go. And finish him off? No.
And he was finished off. You're absolutely right. P3 being brought in, long barrel P3, and this is such a glass cannon. I mean, I really feel like we overlooked this tank an awful lot. We're so used to seeing P4s, but the P3M, oh my god, this thing, long barrel, 150, but has paper mache really for armor.
Yeah, it's not that great of an armor layout, but just enough against, like, I mean, the Shermans can go through him pretty easily, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's...
But if you miss,
right. If you miss, you're buggered, and the Shermans don't miss. But this is really good from Ghaspar. He's really exploiting the middle and the southern flank, and it's really going to come down to Iadris really trying to push up north, and it is actually working well for well for him, long range with the King Tigers. But look, the Shermans can actually get a side shot on these King Tigers here, or King Tigers, King Tiger, singular.
That's true. There is really only one king in this particular jungle.
Yeah.
Now, I'm fascinated to see the 105 millimeters that are coming in right behind him.
The Pinocchios.
Yes, indeed.
They're going to be very good at just helping out of long range HE fire support. Sherman coming in. He's going all out, but he has backup.
Well, Pinocchio tells him a lie, and he buys the farm.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, Iadris just has enough to just hold the flags at least. Got those two northern flags on the enemy flank, and it's just going to be about long-range firepower. But he does need to try and plug up the middle and southern side, because Ghaspar is going all out.
As you might need to. Now, interestingly, we are going to see the Aufklärers way behind the lines are getting engaged, are going to go down as a infantry support column tries to swing into the southern town. And here's where things are going to get really, really dicey. This is where the rubber meets the road.
Yeah.
And right now that road is quite happy to be driven along. Good lord.
Yeah, Ghaspar just has good positions on those hills. Like that middle hill position is really terrifying to have full control of. And Iadris isn't even going to try and contend with it. He's pretty happy with leaving Ghaspar up here. But Ghaspar, as you've seen, he's always managed to get into one of the towns on the west and approach of that hill. And he could probably easily get the other part of that town if he just moves some infantry down the road.
Certainly possible, but we're starting to get a collection of just material overall that is rather scary.
Yep, we got Panzer Strikes, Flamethrower teams, some Pioneers, really everything that you need in a town fight.
Well, and P4's even sitting back there for long-range support with an entire platoon of them.
Yep. Oh, this Panzer Strike might get a kill on this Sherman here. He's getting close. Yep.
Nope.
Nope. Get it instead. Just...
And the partisans welcome the Bachi with a nice long-range Molotov.
Drinks up.
Exactly. Exactly. Now, Pack 38 could have been well positioned along the river to engage this Sherman, but does not get himself into a great position.
No, he doesn't. Then, yeah, these Shermans in CQC firefights like this, terrifying tanks, stabilizers and all. Good armor layout, 50 cal machine gun. Not something I want to have to fight in a town fight.
No, sir. Not really the best of ideas there.
Nope.
More, yeah, and it's going to be anti-tank guns for the win here, or if nothing else, for the hoped for victory. We are going to see a Focke-Wulf, but the Focke-Wulf doesn't do diddly squat, as P-Grand column comes in as well down south. So this is where everything's going to happen.
Yeah. The Panzer IV blob is getting engaged by the Shermans, and yeah, it's a lot of Shermans. And the Panzer IVs, one does go down, another one's crew killed. It's not looking too great for him.
But they are getting their pound of flesh here. Shooter knocked out, transmission damaged. There's always something so desperate, and the southern Sherman gets taken out on the cut-off town, really, at this point. The P4s have taken grievous losses to do it, but grievous losses they have given as well. Biggest issue is they don't have a lot of HE to take out that 45 millimeters that are just kind of appearing all over the line.
It's doing just enough stress damage to pull off his aim, and I think his next salvo should get the kill.
Meanwhile, the Focke-Wulf over enemy lines, I think he's probably going to get killed. If not by, maybe he gets out? Oh, wow. Alright. If that P3 turned and actually started trying to engage a little bit more readily, I imagine that'd be a lot better for us here.
Mm-hmm.
But we are into Phase B, so a loss of income for both sides here. No real champs are going to come up quite so easily.
That was pretty even, Stephen. We're seeing a few bombing runs here from some lag frees. And then Ghaspar, continue at southern aggression, moving along the middle town. And, I mean, Iadris does have that northern flank pretty much locked down for now. But he really needs to try and, I think, try and get back at middle hill position. He is going to be capturing one of the flags back here. But he needs to get his arse on that hill.
Yes, he certainly does. Regrettably, I don't know if he's going to be able to do that.
It's going to take a little bit. He's moving from Ersatz trooping up here. But Ghaspar does have, time to set up defensive positions on the hill, if required.
Certainly true. And his entire infantry pushes get stalled with single bombing runs, so that's a bit of a kick in the head.
Yep.
Ooh, but I didn't even realize there's one partisani over here all the way to the west. There's P-Gren behind him. I'd like to think that the P-Gren can take out the partisan squad, but the Molotovs are a rather nice force equalizer there.
Yeah, they are. That's a nice thing about the regular partisan squads is, yes, they're not the best infantry loadout, just like some Mosins, but they really make up for it with a good Molotov through. And that's pretty cheap for a regular partisan. They used to be pretty broken, but now they're in a nice balance.
A little more considerable, that's true. We do have an 88 is on the field. That's a very interesting call, rather big investment. Not quite the same insane power that we've seen from some of the Russian material. But then again, I guess it doesn't have to be. I guess it just has to freak out that aircraft just enough to cause the bombs to go off kilter.
Yeah. But Ghaspar just keeping up the pressure. And yeah, he's really playing it quite well, just trying to hold these positions. So Iadris is starting to make a foothold back into the southern side. The Panzer Grenadier spam, when Flaming Wrath is working quite well.
I'm waiting for this Flak Idiot to start engaging this lag series. It's not going to be enough, whenever it happens. Oh, but he does take out a Sherman at least, so I suppose that's good. Alrighty. 13-11 though, we are back into bombing run city. 2 more Shermans up central position. Valentine's being deployed. Yeah, Valentine's Day might be over, but doesn't mean we can't be shown a little bit of love here and there.
We're also seeing a 223 commander, and also we got a commander on field from Ghaspar, so both sides getting those guys out. Russian commander is very cool. It does have a sniper rifle, and his sniper actually has decent amount of ammunition with 50 shots.
Yeah, kind of shocking. You think the Russians expect their guy to do a lot more fighting than the Germans do, it seems.
Yeah, and it's like he's the commander as well, not just like a regular leader. He's meant to be leading, or not say from the front. I think with a sniper rifle kind of encourages you to stay back just a bit, a healthy distance.
Take a little bit of a hands-off approach, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Let's see, outside of that, another column being deployed to the center. Air/Troopman looking to clean up this Ognjimachiki once and for all. I get why. Still not really thrilled with the deployment of troops there. I'd rather get a little more of a push in that center town.
Yeah. I guess we're just holding barely. He's managed to get the northern flags back under his control just through some sneaky infantry play. And yeah, I think Iadris is kind of a bit scared with moving up north. Yes, he has a big scary King Tiger, but it's, airplanes and anti-tank guns and the possibility of getting flanked by the southern hill is going to keep him hold up on his side of the map.
Does certainly seem possible. We are going to see Russian aircraft kind of hit the field quite consistently. They also might be hitting the ground again quite consistently. See a Focke-Wulf diving after this second kill. Yep, it's another kill for the run.
Yeah, Focke-Wulf, real terrifying aircraft with like 4 20mm and 2 pretty much 50 cal machine guns. Not something like once he gets behind you, you're dead. Just that's it. Gone. Boom. Goodbye. Nice knowing you.
Auf Wiedersehen. Sayonara.
Yep.
I'm right there with you, man. I understand. We have 1 lone Ognjimachiki behind enemy lines here. 3 squads of Air/Troopmen being brought in after him.
We've even got a partisan unit behind enemy lines, which is extremely fitting.
Yeah, exactly. I'm surprised it actually took so long for that to happen. We're going to see one more run here? Well, we've seen another bombing run. 2 bombing runs. In fact, 2 sorties. And I think that'd be enough to retard the progress over here from the Germans. Yep, and we're going to see the Flammenwerfers are probably going to get taken out, forced to a capture. Pegrants as well. So the middle hill is slowly being seized again, but to what end?
Yeah, I think it's really gonna depend on whether Iadris manages to move up a bit in that middle hill, but just by securing halfway up that hill, he can at least secure the northern side a bit and try to push in that flank again. Like, this middle hill is such an important feature of this map, it opens up so many possibilities for this zoning out areas and the ability to push.
Now, regrettably, this King Tiger, after having a lot of terrifying presence early on, hasn't really accomplished a whole lot.
Yeah, it's just, it's kind of scary to move it up, especially such an expensive unit like that. I mean, it's just here to zone out the northern flank. Like, nothing's gonna push up north, but he ain't gonna be able to push either. It's a stalemate.
I wonder what happens if you even consider it moving it down. See where that P4 is about 500 meters to his south? Maybe, sorry, 1,500 meters to his south? Move into that forest right there. At least you can open up and hit some more arterials.
Yeah, just because there right now it's not doing too much. I think Iadris might try and do another northern push. And he is going to try and take back that little farm area of some Panzer Grenadiers, my bad.
It's certainly possible. Now we got a couple of M4 Shermans coming over here from the German side of things.
Oh yeah, 21st. They got the Beuter Shermans. Or Panzer 4 M4-746A.
Yep, because Lord knows we couldn't call it anything simpler than that.
Yeah, Beuter Sherman is definitely more enjoyable. Like Beuter Firefly.
Exactly. Certainly more pithy, that's for damn sure.
Yeah.
Now, the thing that's been kind of interesting to me is that despite the fact the Germans have had crazy amounts of vision upon that bridge, we're only just now seeing a couple of kills happen as more and more Russian equipment tries to get rushed across it. And we see the effect as a couple of trucks go down. That's what you gotta do. You gotta be able to strangle out a hefty amount of that town. You have to force them to hit that southern route.
Yeah.
Regrettably, ooh, another Königstiger as we go into the late phase B. And we have a lag series up north is going to be bombing out these peak runs. Probably going to retard the entire progress. No. Mostly misses.
Yeah, nothing too crazy. Yeah, King Tiger down south, definitely going to be a rather scary affair, but it's also a bit of a risky place to put it, as there's, pretty close quarters. It's possible to get outflanked by a Sherman tank. At the same time, it has 90mm of side armor, so it has a pretty good chance of surviving, even if it was to get flanked.
However, the converse is not exactly true, as we see now that Ghaspar is missing some of his first tickets in probably the last 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, I think this northern push again, just with some Panzer Grenadiers, getting 2 flags there just due to the lack of units is going pretty good for Iadris, and he's slowly rooting the raid the southern side. There's not much here anymore from Ghaspar, just some tank destiny keys, some guard DPs. The Shermans have really been knocked out, now been replaced by Valentines, which are not good infantry support tanks, let me tell you, which is pretty funny considering they were designed to be infantry support tanks.
Certainly true. Now we are going to see a little bit of love being shown here to the Shermans as a Opel Blitz moves on up. Maybe to repair it, it'd be kind of nice.
Yeah.
And with really no more tanks in the area to save for these Valentines, prospects do not look good.
No, it doesn't. It's looking pretty dire for Ghaspar now, as Iadris is slowly building up like a pretty big tank force. He's got a lot of infantry. Yes, this is a lot of unvetted Panzer Grenadiers and SS trooping, but it's just for holding the line. Really, it's 21st Panzer, they're a pretty scary tank division.
And finally getting some more pioneers in here. My assumption is if they can go and cut off the partisan squad again to the south, life might get a little bit better, but we gotta kind of pick up our feet here, boys.
Yeah.
Shooter knocked out in the meantime for the first Valentine, and I think we will see, well, I was going to say our little tank Cupid here firing his shots, but the Valentine somehow manages to back away out of line of sight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Sherman really riffed it to follow-up shot, yeah. But yeah, it's looking like it's pretty funny. I still feel like it can go anyone's way. Ghaspar does have more flags over Iadris, but Iadris feels like he has the momentum slowly building up.
Oh no, he's shooting for the Opel Blitz. You monster.
The non-combatant.
Exactly. Would you really shoot at a quartermaster?
Yeah.
Well, he gets combat pay. Focke-Wulf goes after the first one, gets 1 kill. I think it's the same Focke-Wulf from before.
I think so too.
Well, he is certainly jetting around.
Yep. But he's going to He'll survive. The speed is going to keep him alive, it seems. Maybe? Yeah, yes it does.
Meanwhile, we have this Aufklärer being shot at by the Valentine, who's just blowing this house to shreds.
Yeah. I see you!
And I see you. You are doing a fine job. But we are safely into Phase C, and yep, here comes the Lend-Lease equipment over here from the Americans. As more Shermans report to the front. And wow, I didn't realize there was more Gephards being brought into the north. Probably gonna maybe see a dead lag. Yep.
Yep. That's a lot of Gephards. Yeah, I think Iadris really needs to start just putting some forces in the middle, because he could rupture. I mean, as we know for Godview cast division, there's really not much here, but it's just getting tunnel divisioned all into the southern side, and Iadris has the stuff, or Iadris. He just needs to be a bit more aggressive, it seems.
Yeah, but I think that's, like you said, I think it's just a consequence of us having God vision.
Yeah.
I think you look at the territory push and you think to yourself, we're really getting screwed right now, boys.
The Radevka sneaking up on that King Tiger down south could get a Zook shot off. That would be brutal.
Yeah, that would be just like, my heart's not great anymore these days, you know, getting up there in years. But that would just kill me, I think.
It'd also kill the King Tiger, but the King Tiger is on the downslope of the hill, so there's not going to be any line of sight.
Isn't that just lucky for him? And actually, looking across at this Aufklärer, that can technically see that the Razvedka don't know if that's necessarily going to happen. Meanwhile, Sherman engages the Valentine, and the Valentine says, "You are not mine." Gives him one of those little candy hearts, those things that taste like chalk.
Yep, okay, we're finally seeing a bit of a push in the middle here in the town from Iadris with some pioneers and Shermans.
The Razvedka fires and missed.
Yeah.
Ugh. You hate to see that.
I know, right? Especially with, like, you only got one shot really without Bazooka, and after that you just have to pray to God you can reload, which usually doesn't happen.
No, it doesn't.
Oh. But yeah, it's just bringing it to 11-13. It feels like it's getting close. Like, one side is going to rupture at some point.
Yeah, and honestly, at this point, my money's on the third.
Yeah. The third doesn't have too much on the field, especially in the concentrated manner. They're really focusing on the Valentine spam now. And Valentines are bloody good tanks. 2-star veterancy, extremely high fire rate of fire with the 2-star veterancy. But, no.
Well,
not going to be enough.
You have to wait until the next campaign season to even see them.
It'll take a long time to get to the field.
Well, we are going to see these pioneers over here trying to go and engage against these guards. The guard DPs continue to be dominant here.
Yep. Just holding everything back. And yeah, it's just a lot of tanks here, but you need infantry to clear out that town.
But all in all, I feel like the infantry dies and the way will be open. And if that opens up, then the southern town goes into German hands as well. I can't see a moment where the Germans don't take the southern town. And, whoa, was that what I thought it was?
Iadris surrendered.
Yeah, that was probably a good call.
Yeah, I was pretty close. I mean, like, look at the KD ratio. It's like a 700 difference between both sides. That was a very interesting match, because it felt like Ghaspar should have lost, but he managed to hold with, like, his ragtag force towards the end. And it was just enough to demoralize Iadris from, really trying to push.
And sticking it out. I mean, another 20 minutes, who knows what could have happened there. But if you don't have the infantry, you start doubting yourself. You can see, like, there's Valentine, Ayufarev over here. 1, 2, 3, 4 major main battle tanks. From the losses perspective, yeah, that early King Tiger didn't really do that much.
No, he didn't. That's kind of the thing with super heavy tanks. Like, yes, they're really powerful, but they usually just kind of sit here and do nothing because the enemy knows not to bring anything in the same area code of said King Tiger. But it did zone out the northern side. This man is just losing that like complete initiative in the middle and also the south. Really lost Iadris that match, as he had to spend a lot of the time trying to regain those heavily fortified positions.
Yes, indeed. I guess the takeaway, if you're going to use super heavies, just realize that you can kind of keep them with a scratch defense and back them, use the other resources someplace else.
Yeah, I don't think use like that A phase King Tiger, especially off the bat, really hindered him more because he was very vulnerable in other areas, and even in that northern flank, he didn't manage to push enough to make it count.
That is certainly a fair call.
Yeah.
But that's going to do it, I think, for us for this week in terms of Season 2 coverage. I think we're dropping something else kind of nifty the next couple of days, but I don't want to say too much what that is.
But just an eye out on Sunday.
Yes, indeed, folks. Keep an eye on Sunday. Until next time, though, I'm Con Ulrich.
I'm Rangru. Take it easy.